Hi, in this video I am going to teach you how to do the lesson 1 of Adobe InDesign. We are going to make a simple creation like this. The home review is what we are going to create as lesson 1. The resources used in order to create home review are available. You can download them and start working. Now let's get started. As you know, first we need to go to New and take a new blank document. After we take the document, we'll click on OK. Once we've created the document, we will open this at the side in order to refer to it. We need text, home and review. Below that we have a text box which has the address, and then we have two columns over here which has an image and which has a caption below the image. So let's get started. We will first go to the text tool and we will create the box for home. We will write the text home in it, capital H-O-M-E. We will now select the text and go to grow font and increase the font size. We can also go to the drop down and increase the font size directly. I think I would need a font size a little larger than this. So that's it. After that we need to type the text review. For that we'll make another text box and write review. After writing the text, select it and increase the size. We will go back and refer to the image. If you see in the image, it is written in lowercase. So we're going to select this over here and I'm going to change it to lowercase. I need to adjust this a little bit. I will keep going back and forth between the reference image in order to get exactly the desired effect. I am using the mouse to nudge it, but I can also use the keyboard keys, the up, down, left and right arrow keys in order to nudge it. Now if you see, the text of review is larger than the text of home. So let's select this and let's increase the font size. I think a font size of say around 120 would be appropriate. Okay, let's click this and increase this. Whenever there is a red plus sign like this, that means the text is large and it cannot be accommodated within that small frame. Okay, this text seems appropriate. I will increase the text size of home as well to around 80. Okay. Now if you see, the color of review is not black, it is grey. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and I'm going to change this to grey. So double click over here, which is the text tool, in order to change the color of the text, and then from the color palette choose a shade of grey. So I'm going to move over it and choose something which resembles grey. Yeah, this looks like grey. I'm going to click on add to CMYK swatches. So this can be used repeatedly or at a later stage by me, and click on OK. It has got applied. Okay. Now I need to get the dot on top of the eye. So I'm going to go over here to the rectangle tool, click on it and click on the ellipse tool. L is the keyboard shortcut. Click and drag and draw a circle. Now I need to fill the circle with black color. So double click on the fill tool, choose black and say OK. Now go to the selection tool and use the arrow keys and nudge the eye ka dot so that it comes exactly on top of review. If you actually want to look at what it's going to look like, we will click over here and we will swap to the preview mode. W is the keyboard shortcut. Yes, we are on the right track. Let's go back to the normal mode. You can use the W shortcut key in order to swap between the normal and the preview mode. Now we need to create this text, 32 Harvard Street, Cambridge. So for that we are going to take the text tool again, draw a box with the text tool and write 322 Harvard Street. I'm going to select this and now I'm going to increase the font style. I'm going to go to the paragraph tool. I'm going to center align it. After doing that, I'm going to click on the box, and the box has no fill and no stroke. The cross indicates no fill and no stroke. So I will double click on it to bring it on the forefront. When it is on the forefront, it can be modified. So I can double click on it and then choose black color as the stroke for this particular box. Let's go to preview mode and see how it looks. If you feel the stroke needs to be thicker, you can always click on it over here, and we can increase the stroke thickness from this palette on top. The stroke thickness at the moment is 1 point. We can click on it and make it 2 points or 3 points. Preview it. Okay, I think 3 points is too thick. I'm going to go back and make it 2 points. Preview it. Yes, I think we are on the right track. But I still feel that this text should be slightly smaller. So I'm going to go to the text tool, and from 33 I'm going to reduce it to 24. If you see, there is a lot of spacing between the characters. So let us go back to the tool which can create spacing between my characters. So I'm going to go into paragraph option. I'm going to go to the text character option, and I'm going to increase the kerning. I'm going to increase the tracking. 200 tracking is perfect. Also, if you notice that this is not in the center of this box, so maybe a baseline shift would help me. So click on this and let us move it downwards. Yes. So it is exactly in the center. Preview it. Yes, we are on the right track. Yeah. Now let us proceed with the technicalities and the detailing of the bottom. So we will first need to draw a text box and then divide it into 2 columns. So for that, let us go back here, click on the text tool and create a text box. Reduce the size of the text box so it doesn't clash with the text box on top. Right click, and now we are going to create our columns. For that, we'll go into text frame options and click on 2 columns in order to create 2 columns. Our text is now divided in the form of 2 columns. Now in the center of the column, I'm going to take the line tool and draw a straight line which would be black in color. Go into the preview mode, and we are on the right track. Now I'm going to make one small text frame to accommodate this portion of text. Then I will make an object frame to fit in this image, and then yet another text frame to accommodate this caption. So there will be 3 text frames created within this section. So click like this, and this is a text frame. Okay, below this I will have an object frame, and right down I will have another caption frame. So I would like to do the image first. So select this, go into file, go into place, and now I will go into my folder where I have saved. Click here. Home review, and I can choose one of these castles. So click here, and the castle has been placed inside. Right click on this, go into fitting and say fit content to frame in order to fit the content appropriately within the frame. Yes. Now I'm going to create this text, so I'm going to click over here, and I can either type this text or I have copy pasted it over here, and I'm going to copy paste it. Click on copy. I have copy pasted it within Word. I will be sharing this file with you. Okay. Now it has got copy pasted, but obviously the formatting has changed. So let me zoom in a bit to say 150%, and now I can work on the formatting aspects. So I'm going to select this, change the font and the color of the font. So I'm going to double click on this, and I need gray. You can either choose this shade of grey, or you could also choose from the swatches which we had created earlier. So we can click here and we can scroll down, and this is the swatch which we had created earlier. Or we can choose from these. These are the ready presets which are available in Adobe InDesign. Come here. If you feel this color is a little light, we will check if a bold option is available. A bold option is not available. Now, freshly is also in the same color, so we're going to click on this. First we'll check the font. It's Lucidia Calligraphy, so we're going to click here and choose the same font. Modern and landscaped have the same font, so modern will also have the same font and landscaped will also have the same font. Once we're done with that, we're going to color it. कौन है? Change the font color. Hello. हाँ. Change the color. हाँ. हाँ. ठीक है. ठीक है, मैं देखती हूँ. हाँ, बुक भेजती हूँ. हाँ, बाय. Now let's have a look at our reference. There is spacing, so we're going to click over here and we're going to add spacing. So one option is we press enter and create a paragraph spacing. The other option would be that we go over here into the paragraph option and we create a spacing, a little bit of spacing like this. 1 centimeter is too much, so I'm going to go back to 0 centimeters and make it 0.25 centimeters. Yes, this looks good. So again 0.25 here again and 0.25 here again. Now these are the things which will come with practice, of course. So you need to use the software, you need to get comfortable with it, and these will come with time. Okay, move the image a bit on top. Yes, I'm going to go back and zoom to say a 50% in order to have a look at how it's turned out, and go to the preview mode and have a look. This is how it is looking. Maybe the gray could be a little darker, so you could modify that as per your requirement. Now let's go ahead with the caption part. For the caption, I'm going to go back here and make a text frame. Click and drag and make a text frame. I'm going to reduce the text frame size. I'm going to reduce the size of the text frame a little bit. Click over here. Again, I've copy pasted this chunk of text as well, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come to the software and simply paste it. I will lose my formatting, but I can always do the formatting. Click over here and change the formatting. Okay, I have changed it. I feel that italic will look good for a caption, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to give it a slight angle, say around 25%. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this piece of text on top. I'm going to move the image a little lower. Going to click here, move this image a little lower. This text. Once I've done with this, I need to do this piece of text over here. So for that, I'm going to click over here and create a text frame. I'm clicking and creating the text frame outside because a text frame within a text frame is difficult to create. However, I can create it externally and then move it inside, and then make any kind of specifications as per my requirement. This piece of text also is something which I have already copy pasted. So I'm going to click over here, come over here and copy paste it from here. Copy it, close it and come here and going to edit and paste it. Once I've copy pasted it, I'm going to work with the formatting. So select this text and I'm going to increase it to 13 points. So I'm increasing the font. Okay, and now I'm going to change the font style. I can choose a simple type of font, or if I want to go ahead with something fancy, I can do that as well. I do not want to choose something so big that it doesn't accommodate within the frame and I have a spillover, like this plus sign indicates a spillover. think it's a simple Arial which we have over here, so simply select it, select the text, click over here and choose Arial. Yes, Arial has almost fitted over here. Okay, it's not fitting Arial as well. Let me come here and change the font size to 12.5, and now it has fitted in. I'm going to select the entire text over here and change the font style. Yes, Arial has now got accommodated with the font size of 12.5. It may vary according to the fonts which you have in your computer. Now we need to create something which is called a drop cap. So I had showed you drop cap earlier. So we are going to select the first letter over here and we are going to click over here, paragraph option, and we will choose the number of lines we want to drop. So let me check how many lines is it dropped. It's dropped 4 lines, so 3 lines and the 4th line. So this is a drop cap of 4 lines. We have completed this lesson 1. I hope you enjoyed watching this lesson. This is the preview of the lesson which we have recorded. Thanks for watching.